Pots and Pins podcast for kids.
Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Rosie Talley, and this is Past and Pen, where history and storytelling collide. Are you ready to jump into the past to write a new story? Today is a special one. It's our 10th episode. A few episodes ago, we learned how an 11-year-old boy invented the popsicle. And that got me thinking, what else have kids invented? And the answer is plenty. To celebrate episode 10, I'm bringing you 10 more amazing inventions created by young people just like you. And who knows, maybe one of your ideas will be the next best thing. Let's start with a name you probably already know, Benjamin Franklin. He's famous for kites, keys, and lightning bolts. But did you know he got his start as a kid inventor? At just 12 years old, Ben loved to swim, but wanted to go faster. So he made wooden paddles for his hands, kind of like giant flippers. They weren't exactly sleek, but they worked. And over time, they led to the swim fin we see used today. Inventions usually start with one question, what if? Not long after Franklin, another teenager was asking his own big question, how can I read without seeing? When Louis Braille was just 3 years old, he had an accident in his father's workshop that led to total blindness. But instead of letting that stop him, Louis wanted to read and write on his own. So in 1824, at the age of 15, he invented a new tactile reading system, what we now call Braille. It uses patterns of raised dots that could be felt with a fingertip. He called it his code for the blind, and it became a revolutionary tool that's still used. And today, there are Braille codes available for more than 133 languages. Nearly 2 centuries later, another teenager found a way to help people who couldn't see. Alex Deans was 12 years old when he noticed a blind woman struggling to cross the street. That moment sparked an idea. He began building a device to help her navigate her surroundings independently. The result? The Eye Aid, a handheld gadget that uses ultrasonic sensors and GPS to help blind users move through indoor and outdoor spaces. Like Braille, it opened new possibilities for independence. Let's move on from inventions with heart to an invention for warmth. In 1873, 15-year-old Chester Greenwood was just trying to go ice skating without freezing his ears off. He was allergic to wool, so hats and scarves were just too itchy. He bent some wire into a headband shape and asked his grandmother to sew fur on each end. The earmuff was born. Chester went on to patent the design and open a factory, which provided jobs to his hometown of Farmington, Maine for nearly 60 years. And to this day, Farmington still celebrates Chester Greenwood Day every December. Earmuffs remained in style for over 100 years. They were so much more than just a trend. It was a legacy. Fast forward to the 1970s, and 12-year-old Becky Schroeder was trying to finish her homework in the car while waiting for her mom, but it's dark, and that was a problem. Her solution? She began experimenting with phosphorescent materials. She applied a layer of phosphorescent paint to a board and placed her notebook on top. The soft glow let her write without a lamp. It might seem simple, but her invention was later used by doctors, emergency responders, and even astronauts. Sometimes the best ideas are the ones that come out of trying to solve our own small problems. And Becky wasn't the only young inventor who wanted to shine a light on a problem. Decades later, when Anne Makasinski was 15, she found out that a friend in the Philippines had to drop out of school because her family couldn't afford electricity and she couldn't study after dark. So Anne got to work. She invented a flashlight powered by body heat. No batteries, no charging, just the warmth of your hand. The flashlight uses thermoelectric tiles to convert heat into electricity. It's called the hollow flashlight, and it's won awards around the world. Sometimes a bright idea really can light the way for someone else. Let's jump ahead to the 1990s. 11-year-old Jeannie Lowe was tired of watching younger kids struggle to reach the sink, so she came up with something simple. but smart. A lightweight fold-up stool that fits neatly under a bathroom cabinet or a kitchen counter. The kiddie stool made everyday tasks like brushing your teeth or washing your hands a little easier and a lot more independent. Speaking of practical, let's talk about bacon. When Abbey Fleck was 8 years old, she and her dad were cooking bacon in the microwave. They didn't like how it sat in its own grease, so they invented something new. Makin' Bacon is a microwave-safe rack that lets bacon hang while it cooks. The grease drips away and the bacon stays crisp. Abbey's invention landed in kitchens all over the country. From bacon to budgeting, our next young inventor had money on his mind. In 2010, Fabian Fernandez Hahn was just 12 years old, but already thinking about the future. Specifically, how could he help other kids get smart about money? He wanted kids to understand saving, investing, and budgeting. So he created an app called Oinkasaurus. It's a financial toolkit for kids with a digital piggy bank and goal tracking. The Oinkasaurus app may not be as tasty as bacon, but it's still a sizzling idea worth saving. Not all inventions come from fun or frustration. Some come out of heartbreak. Alyssa Chavez was 14 years old when she heard stories about babies being left behind in hot cars. She couldn't stop thinking about it, so she decided to do something. She created the Hot Seat, a sensor pad that fits under the child's car seat and connects to a parent's phone. If a child is left behind, alarms sound on the phone, the car, and the key fob. One teen's determination could save countless lives. 10 kids, 10 inventions, one big reminder. You don't have to wait until you're grown up to make a difference. All it takes is a little bit of curiosity and the willingness to ask, what if? Are you ready to spark your imagination? Let's flip the switch with today's reading list. Out of Darkness, the story of Louis Braille by Russell Friedman. The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind by William Kamkwamba. This is a memoir written for younger readers, and it proves that with the right idea and a little grit, even a teenager can save the day. The version I'm linking to on my website includes photographs and illustrations. Earmuffs for Everyone: How Chester Greenwood Became Known as the Inventor of the Earmuffs by Megan McCarthy. Kid Innovators: True Tales of Childhood from Inventors and Trailblazers by Robin Stevenson. Now in Ben, The Modern Inventions of Benjamin Franklin by Jean Beretta. Want more? I've added plenty of extra pics on my blog for this episode. Put your thinking caps on. Today's writing prompt is all about inventions, but watch the clock. Imagine you're a gadgeteer who loves tinkering in your workshop. One day, while trying to invent a device that helps untangle knots in your little sibling's shoelaces, accidentally create a machine that can freeze time for 1 full minute. It only works once every hour. At first, it seems like the coolest thing ever. You can use it to win races or save a plate of cookies from falling. But then, strange things begin happening. Is somebody following you? Will you keep the invention a secret or destroy it? And what if you're not the only one who has one? Email your stories or your pictures to pastandpen.com and I may share them on a future episode. Thanks so much for joining me as we explore the past and let our pens do the talking. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. If you're listening on your favorite podcast app, leave a review. It helps more curious minds like yours discover the show. Don't forget to check out the full reading list and the writing prompt on my blog. And if you're looking for a summer reading adventure, look no further than Wander and Wonder, a literary adventure book club designed for kids 4 to 12 and their grown-ups. It's packed with books, hands-on activities, and writing prompts to make reading come alive. The link is in the show notes. New episodes of Past and Pen drop every other Tuesday at 4 p.m. Let history repeat itself and tune in. Don't forget to check out my Patreon. Starting at just $1, you'll unlock fun perks like birthday shoutouts, early access, and the chance to have your voice featured. Each month, you'll receive a password to record your answer to the question of the month. This month's question is, you find an old journal buried in the sand. The first page starts, this summer, something unbelievable happened. What happens next? I can't wait to hear your answers. Stay curious and keep writing your story.
Subscribe to my channel.